What is up, guys? We are in Sasebo, Japan, heading to the top of Mount Eboshi, which is the highest point in Sasebo, Japan. It is also part of Saikai National Park, which includes 99 islands. It's just a really beautiful area. At the top, we should have an awesome 360-degree view of all of Sasebo, which I will be sure to show you guys. And when we get up there, we're going to do a review from our video from a year ago of when Marilyn and I hiked the Grand Canyon, and what we wish we could have done different, and just looking back, what things we would have changed and what we would have kept the same, our overall feeling. So it should be a great video, guys. I will see you guys at the top of Mount Eboshi. I'm excited to get there. It should be beautiful. How's it going, guys? I just made it to Mount Eboshi. I took the cheaters route and drove to the top, but you don't have to tell anybody that. It's cold outside, so I made it to the top. This is the highest point of Sasebo, and you can see behind me, back here you have the port of Sasebo. This is where the Navy base is. It's kind of hard to see it in the video, but I'll definitely give you guys some better footage when we get up towards the top here. We do have a little bit of a hike in there, not a whole lot, but enough that I think it should get a good workout in, because we got pretty much just straight uphill to the very top of Mount Eboshi. A lot of steps, but I will see you guys along the way. I think it's safe to assume this says Mount Eboshi, well, Eboshi-daki. But that's just a guess. I really have no idea. If you know what that says, let me know. One thing that I have realized that Japan does a lot better than the United States is they have these, like, basically you could drive up and park anywhere to these awesome hikes. So elderly people and younger people can do them. They make it a lot easier. They also have buildings like this that they build to get the best viewpoint possible. We're about to go up on one right here right now and check out the view from where we're at. I'll show you guys here in a second. Wow. We aren't even to the top yet. And this view is just incredible. Down below us, that would be the city of Sasebo, Japan. One of these smaller cities, but I believe in Nagasaki, it's the second largest city in Nagasaki, next to Nagasaki itself, because this is the Nagasaki prefecture. Really beautiful up here. I guess a lot of people come here and do some bird watching, because you can see here, we got birds. Wow. All right, guys, just a little bit more climbing to do. We are going up there to the sun. We're gonna try to catch the sunset from the very top of Mount Eboshi. Not too sure what that says, but I guess it means more uphill, as we have gotten into more and more staircases here. We'll just keep pushing. See you guys at the top. Looks like it's finally starting to flatten up. Could this be the top? Can my screaming thighs finally forgive me once they see the view? Or was this just a false top and there's a booty ton more stairs staring down right at us? Oh, damn. Well, guys, the pain continues. Can't be that much further. Wow. It's a lot of steps. My thighs are bad. We're almost there. I see the top. Whew, there it is. Our white pole, which indicates freedom for our thighs. And oh wow. Wait till you guys see this. This is just incredible. So beautiful. Sun coming down over the sea like that, illuminating the mountains. Wow. That's amazing. Just about everywhere that I hike in Japan, you find these awesome little shrines. Let's get a little closer look at them here. I see these things everywhere. They're super beautiful, really cool. People take care of them year-round, leave gifts on them. I'm just curious what they mean. There's some old writing on this one, right here. There's super cool piece of history in Japan, and just about every hike you go on, you can find these. If you know the significance of these types of things, please let me know. I'm curious as to what they are. I love to learn about the culture of places, just to help honor them, because places like this are so gorgeous, and people, especially Americans, unfortunately, bring a bad name to ourselves over here and trash the area and just don't respect culture. And I want to do the opposite. And I think one of the best things I could do, since I'm always out hiking, is learn about things like this and try kind of show them that not all of us are as bad as the majority make us seem. So if you guys know anything about this type of stuff, please let me know. I'd love to learn it. I mean, these things just cover the top of this mountaintop here. There's more up here. They just cover it. What are you? What do you mean? Enlighten me. Wow. If I get off screen, then you can see the sunset. But the minute I come back on, it concentrates on me. That sucks. That thing is way better looking than I am. What a beautiful place. This is just one of the most beautiful places I've ever been, with the 360 view of the water and the mountains. This place is absolutely gorgeous. If you are in Sasebo and you have not hiked Mount Eboshi, if you take the cheater hike, which took me maybe 20 minutes, then you are wrong. You need to get up here. You need to experience this, especially when the sun is setting like that, right here in front of me. Wow. I cannot stop looking at the sunset. This is just incredible. Like down here, this is downtown Sasebo. This whole area is downtown Sasebo. And this whole area is basically a giant shipyard. Over here you have the actual dry docks for the ships. Down here you have the U.S. Navy side of the house, and out towards the back side over here you have the Japanese Navy. And down over along this part here, where it's kind of opens up a little more, this is for bigger like yachts and fancy boats that come in and dock here. Not quite like a cruise ship style boat, but just a tour boat of like the 99 Islands area. And everything else is a ton of shipping boats out there. Huge fishing. Must be at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. every day. Japan plays this music. I don't know if it's picking it up on the camera, but it plays this soothing music, which lets everybody know it's time to go home from work. That way it keeps people with their families instead of in the office all day. Enjoying that music from up here is totally different than hearing it in my apartment. It's way more exciting. Alright guys, while the sun is setting, let's get to the actual reason where we've made this video. As you guys saw, I hiked the Grand Canyon with my cousin Berilyn, and you can catch her channel at or on YouTube and Instagram, Adventures with Berilyn. She loves hiking, she's out there doing it. She has a really awesome story. She's a cancer survivor, she had a hip replacement. She's just a real badass girl. You guys should check her out. She's always out there doing awesome stuff. I hiked the Grand Canyon with her in December of 2021. Nope, that was like a week ago. December of 2020, I hiked the Grand Canyon with her. We took the Escalante route. And I just wanted to go over some things that I personally would change about the Escalante route, or not the Escalante route, but change about my trip to the Grand Canyon. Overall, I thought the hike was just awesome. Definitely, to this day, the coolest hike I've ever done. Around every turn is a new view that you haven't seen yet, and it just feels like you're on top of the world. Even when you're at the bottom, you could see for miles went through the canyons, and you just feel so small when you're down there. We were physically in shape enough to do it, absolutely. Although if you are not in shape, do not take on the Escalante route because it is a lot of uphill, a lot of downhill, and then right back into uphill again throughout the whole trip. You have to climb walls, go down giant rock slides and whatnot. So if you're not in shape, I would not suggest taking on the Escalante route. Make sure you're in physically you're in shape enough to do that. The views were amazing. Every turn, you felt like you're on top of the world. You're getting a new view of the canyon, and you just feel so small when you are actually down in there, walking along the Colorado River, in between canyons within the canyon, and these booming walls just on both sides, just exploding above you. It's a really cool experience, and looking back, it was just the gnarliest hike I personally have ever done. My favorite part of the trip was probably day 2. We come to this like opening where you can walk out on this like island in the sky, and it gives you like a bend of the Colorado River that you can see. And we saw rafters going down, and on the left to the left of us was just like this giant like undiscovered world before our eyes, and you look back behind us to where we come from, and it's just more of the same. The most beautiful, relaxing, peaceful place I think I had ever been, and that was my favorite part of the trip. I think was that, and of course my meal at McDonald's.
Really good.
So good, your Big Mac?
Yeah.
Was it worth it? Was it worth the hike?
Yeah, definitely.
Piece of advice that I would give to anybody that wants to get out and hike the Grand Canyon, or in particularly the Escalante route, I would definitely do your research. As you guys saw, we had to turn around on what should have been our last day in the canyon because we just on a whim went out and picked a route, and we didn't research it enough. So that Papago wall is the name of that wall that we could not get up, and going up that, there is a route to do that. That is the actual trail, but we rushed it. We did not do the research that we should have done when it comes to getting over that. And had we done that, our hike would have been much different, and we would have got out of the canyon onto the Hance Trail on time, instead of having to spend that extra night in the canyon and backtracking. So that is my piece of advice. If I had to give you one piece of advice to take with you, is research your trail before you guys just go in there and take it on. Definitely research it. Gear that I wish I had brought with me versus gear that I didn't need. I brought a 2-liter water purifier with me, so I could purify both enough water for myself and Marilyn in quick periods of time. We only have one water source up there, and that is the Colorado River. So make sure you have a clean water filter with you, one that can dispose a lot of water, clean a lot of water, and it can handle a little dirt, because I'm still cleaning out sand from the Colorado today. That's just really dirtied my water purifier, but it's all good. That is one thing that I would say is an absolute necessity. You have to have a water filter with you, and make sure you have enough water, because you're not just hiking. When you get to the bottom, you don't just hike along the Colorado River the whole time. You are also hiking back into canyons inside of the canyon where there is no water. So you have to make sure that you get as much water and carry as much water with you that you know you're going to need. I personally drink a lot of water on trail, and knowing that I wasn't going to be along the water the whole time, I carried between 5 and 7 liters on me the whole time. So that is something I definitely suggest, is know your water limits and know your water sources and how long it'll be between water stops for you. Gear that I didn't need that I brought like a little lightweight stool from REI to sit on. I don't know that I really used it except for when I was eating dinner. It got so dark in the canyon so fast. By like 5 p.m. it was already dark, So we didn't really have much time to sit around. You can't have fires down there. So we went to bed pretty early. Like we were in bed by 7 p.m. most nights. So definitely, yes, the chair it's nice to have, but totally not necessary. You don't have to have that chair with you in order to enjoy your trip. So just make sure that if you do bring it, you're going to use it. Otherwise, you're just taking up space and adding weight to your pack. And less weight on that trail is definitely better than too much weight. We hiked the Escalante route in the Grand Canyon in December. December, in my opinion, was the best time of year to hike it. At the bottom of the canyon is roughly 10 to 20 degrees warmer than it is at the top of the canyon in the summertime. So up at the top of the canyon, most days in December that we were there were like 40 degrees. But at the bottom, we were getting, 50 and 60 degrees weather. So it was perfect for hiking, especially the distance we were covering with down there. The temperature was just great. The breeze that we were getting through the canyon was great. And you don't really notice it's winter up top when you're at the bottom. Also, when we got to the top, it was snowing. So that did get a little sketchy coming up on our last day because we weren't really expecting the snow. But we didn't have any spikes or anything with us. So climbing over some of those rocks got a little slick. But still, I say about December is the best time. Not only due to the weather, but because we got our backcountry permit again about 3 hours after we had called and asked for it. When most people said it would have been impossible, we were still able to make it possible strictly because of the time of year that we went. So I would say November, December, awesome time to go. Definitely get out there, beat the crowd. Don't go during peak tourist season or you're not going to get your pass. I'm not saying you're not going to get it, but your chances definitely drop. So awesome time of year to go, November, December. Get out there, do the trail during those months. It's totally worth it. If you recall in the video, not only did we have to try to conquer the Papago Wall, we got lost in a creek bed that we went up for a few miles that we weren't supposed to be in, where we had to climb like 2 or 3 different walls in that creek bed. And those were really unsafe. That was 2 of the most dangerous parts of the trail. But I honestly think the skinny section, where there's enough room on the trail. The trail's like a foot wide at best. You can't put 2 feet next to each other. One has to go right in front of the other. And if you slip and fall, you're just falling hundreds of feet down into a slot canyon and hoping that you catch yourself on a rock or something before you hit the bottom. That is probably the scariest part of the trail, in my opinion. Don't look down. Especially if you get vertigo easy, then you do not want to look down. Just keep your eyes on the prize, like where you're headed. Keep your eyes there. Look in front of you for your next step. Make sure you have a firm placement. Skinnies were definitely the most challenging part of the trail for me until we got to the Papago Wall, and I just did not know the way up. But there is a way up, and I will go back and I will conquer. The whole trip, we used just Samsung Galaxy S10, Samsung Galaxy 10. We used my phone and Marilyn's iPhone X. What I think. We used our phones to film that whole adventure. I'm still using my phone right now. That is the only recording software, or hardware I should say. The only recording hardware that I have is my phone, and same as her boat. We are trying to get into more GoPro and even a drone to help film our adventures. But everything that you guys watched was filmed from our phones. I regret not getting over the Papago Wall. Having to turn around was heartbreaking because we were so close, and not doing my research and having to turn around was just really heart-wrenching, and a real kick in the ego, knocking down a few steps. But I will go back as soon as I can. I'm going to conquer the whole trail again, including the Papago Wall, and I will be sure to bring you guys that footage. And I'm sure Marilyn will be right there with me again, because I know she was sorely disappointed as well. During our hike, we saw like these little circles in rocks. I don't know if it's a fossil or what it is. They look like little crop circles. I'm going to post a picture of it here. If any of you guys know what that is, please let us know, because we are curious as to what it was we found, because we have no idea. We looked it up. We didn't know if it's hieroglyphics, a fossil, maybe aliens landed right there. It's little tiny aliens. I don't know. But let us know if you guys know what these are, because we are curious. We have no idea what that is. And they were all over the trail. One thing that I would totally do different, we took my truck and drove from West Virginia to Cincinnati to pick up barreling. And from Cincinnati, we drove to Tulsa. And from Tulsa, we saw us go to Texas, from Texas to Albuquerque, from Albuquerque to Arizona, where we finally found the Grand Canyon. My truck was great for that ride, but it would totally be worth it. It would totally be worth it to rent a traveling van where you can sleep in the back, because trying to sleep in a truck in the wintertime and you can't sleep in the bed, you gotta kind of sleep inside of it while the other person is driving. That was uncomfortable and it hurt your back. So one suggestion I would definitely make is travel in something that you have enough room to sleep in and pack. If you're going to drive across the country to get there, I would definitely do that. And that is one adventure that I am looking into right now, is getting a van and doing some more van trips out to these remote places, so I can sleep out there and then hit the trail straight from my van and come back to my van once I have conquered that trail. I am looking into getting a van and doing those adventures. Let me know if you guys would like to see the footage of the build and where you guys would like to see me take that van, because I am open to suggestions. I have no set plans, so the more suggestions, the better. Also, if you guys have any ideas of where you guys would like to see me get out to and hike or fish next, let me know. I'm here to listen to these suggestions and bring you guys the content from my adventures, and I love doing that, and I love your guys' ideas, so please throw them at me. I'm excited to hear them. Alright guys, that's about it for the Grand Canyon trip. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, Q-tips, beauty tips, then let me know. If you just want a gear review of what I take with me, then also let me know. I will bring all of that to you as you guys request it. If there's anything in Japan that you guys really want to see or really want to go or want me to go, I would love to get your guys' suggestions. I am going to start doing some hiking and fishing, because that is another huge passion of mine, is fishing for trout mostly. But the actual sea fishing here is great, and I know that on the other side of the country, up in the higher elevations, there's a bunch of backpacking and trout fishing along those streams, which is more right up my alley. So I'm going to try to get into those. If you know some suggestions for me, let me know. I want to get out there. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this short adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe, like, and I will see you guys out there.